Jacob.
Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Another beautiful morning. A different day.
It's the third time we're doing
New
this.
opportunities.
Yeah.
This is red, white, and
You.
right on. Yeah. So, what do you say?
I say let's get to the topic.
Dude, don't rush things.
Dude, well,
Have you seen a podcast?
What do you want me to say to what do you say? We've talked about this 1,000 times.
Dude.
Listen, do you want me to ask you how your morning was? Did your alarm go off this morning? What did you have for breakfast?
These are good questions. I can hit all of these individually. First, you said, how's my morning going?
Yeah.
Pretty good. And I appreciate you asking. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had my coffee.
Yeah. What
I
kind?
had what comes after that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How do you take your coffee?
I mean, a little bit of cream.
A little bit of cream.
Yeah. I just
Half and half or
and I don't even
heavy whipping cream?
I would prefer heavy, but I get half and half. But I actually love heavy whipping cream. I like smooth and like fatty. You know what I mean?
You like butter sometimes.
Yeah. I don't like sweeteners, but I like cream.
Yeah.
You know, and like yeah, okay. Oh, you don't drink your coffee black, but I hate when people say that. Like, why does it matter?
This isn't the Great Depression. We don't need to drink our coffee. I mean, we might be going into one, but
we're probably close,
but I don't need to be drinking my coffee black.
But right now I can afford cream, so I'm just gonna do it.
I can afford the 20 cents per serving.
Yeah, and
Makes it way more enjoyable.
it's better, you know. I'm not gonna get like 14 pumps of caramel or something. And no, I mean, I do my part. Look, I homebrew my coffee. I don't put a ton of sugar in it, and
yeah,
well, you got the what? You got the
Panera Sip Club thing. Yeah.
What is it? Sub Club?
Sip Club.
Sip Club.
SIP.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal if you use it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't buy the bagels or anything, because I think that's got to be the whole hook. You have the Sip Club, so you want to get your money's worth. It's like $12 or something a month. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you have to go in. Oh, I want my free drink, even though it's not free because you're paying the $12 a month.
Monthly premium.
But yeah. But you go in. Oh, you know what? I'm here. Might as well grab a bagel with the $1.50 addition of cream cheese. So that's got to be how they get people.
Someone said, and I think it was on Twitter, that Panera is the biggest scam because they are basically serving like prison food for like
$32.18.
Yeah.
Their bagels are good, but there's been a couple times where I bought bagels for the office and everything, but
yeah, they are good.
The cream cheese,
Asiago cheese bagels are
cream cheese is just as much as the bagel to get a little serving of cream cheese,
which ain't right.
It's wrong.
That ain't right.
But I will say, coffee wise, I think I like iced coffee black better than I do hot coffee black. Nice cold brew. I could just drink a black cold brew.
Yeah. I tend to go with just cream. I don't need sweetener. If the coffee's good, usually like espresso, then I don't need sweetener. Because I like that toasty and roasty flavor. The toasty, roasty flavor.
I'm glad you repeated that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you have for breakfast? That was the other question you didn't answer.
Breakfast yet. I didn't.
Empty stomach.
Yeah. Keeps me alert. Well, actually, I try to. So that's the thing. Like I eat a lot. I eat a lot of food, and I'm trying to wait to have my first meal until like 1-2 o'clock, and then hopefully just do one more meal after that, and that's it. And and then I'm switching back to my, my roots. I'm going back to high protein, low low carbs
Low carb.
because, dude, you gotta keep that hunger going. You gotta keep the eye of the tiger, and that's what I gotta get it back.
You know what's the worst?
What?
Which we've done this. You get up in the morning, you have a great day, want to have a great day,
And
and you
eat a
go.
donut.
Oh, you eat if you eat pancakes. Like when we would go to that. There's an Amish market next to us. That on Fridays does $1.99 all you can eat pancakes.
Yeah.
And yeah, when we would eat those and just you're lethargic all day.
Yeah.
Don't want to do anything. Just sugar and carbs,
Disgusting.
and you don't want to do anything all day. Kind of just want to lay down.
And I love that they say it's all you can eat pancakes, and then what they do is they just serve the biggest pancake in the world. I mean, this thing's like a layered cake because I thought, oh, all you can eat. So what did I get, like two, three?
Yeah, you got three.
And it was like the size of a birthday cake.
Yeah.
And
we went, and you thought, oh, dude, I'm going to eat 5, 6, 7 pancakes.
I'm
and I
get
said,
my $2 worth.
I said, no, you are not. You get one. You eat like 1 1/4, and they just happen to be bigger than the plate. They're like that thick. Yeah. I mean, they're good for $1.99, but
$2. I mean, it's really about the fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what I did do last night. I played a little chess.
Did you win?
Dude, that was about 50-50.
How many games you play?
Dude, I can't explain to people, like, once I started playing chess, how mad I can get.
Especially at yourself.
Dude, well, I never blame myself. I always blame the other person. First thing I do is I never take accountability for bad mistakes. And so
It was a misclick.
dude, it is. It's a misclick, and then yeah, like my T levels, when people hear this, they're like, well, it's chess, like that's for nerds, it's whatever. And I'm like, dude, when I started playing, I used to think like that. And then everybody in the office is playing, so I started playing, and my T levels go oof, because I just want to freaking, like, dude, when I lose a game, when I get into a game and I'm into it, and I'm embarrassed to say this, and one of my goals is to eventually play the game of chess like an adult, like a responsible adult. I mean, dude, I'll chuck my phone always at the couch because I don't actually want it to break. I don't want to have to buy a new phone, but I chuck my phone at the couch. I pick up pillows and I just start hitting it with mean hooks. You know what I mean? Just, dude.
Do you ever go to the chat?
Do you ever hit your wife? No, I haven't gone there.
I meant, do you ever go to the chat to message the people
Funny
you're playing?
you should ask. So the thing is like, I know how much I hate being mad about losing. So it makes me so happy when I'm, causing that pain on someone else. And yeah, dude, I mean, I've had my account banned multiple times for,
You had more than one account, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I have a burner account. I have an account that I'm happy with the rating a little bit better. I have an account that I use to talk more trash. So, yeah.
It's a mental game.
It's a mental game. And that's the thing is people, oh, well, the chess community frowns upon that. But maybe they do, but there's a chat for a reason.
There is a chat.
And it's obviously part of the game.
To get into someone's head.
Time management, manage your emotions, don't get in your head. There's all kinds of aspects to it. So that's what I love about it, because where I'm weak in tactics, I'm strong in trash talk. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we have chess tournaments in our tax office, but Danny has yet to attend.
This is so funny. So, you guys played chess for like 2 solid years, all day, every day, completely no-lifed it, and then wanted to bully me when I came in, and just started playing.
That's
you guys
how you learn.
Oh, no. Now you guys are going to learn. And I can't wait till the next. Yeah. Mark my words. You guys are all gonna be all ticked off. I'm gonna bring you pillows so you can give them some right
Ah, I
hooks,
would just right hook you.
dude. Please, you know how that's playing out. Perry. Yeah, but oh, yeah. So it is. It's a heck of a game. I love it, and it in a lot of ways, I think it teaches you about life. Here's what I will say: you can look at the way somebody plays and see how they play life a little bit.
Yeah, a little risky,
A little
a little
risque.
conservative, waiting for someone else to mess up.
Look, think about Z. Okay, he plays chess the same way he plays life.
Safe.
No mistakes. He waits for somebody else to make a mistake. All right, which is good. I personally like the aggressive game,
I do too.
and I like to one. It's funner for me, and two,
Funner.
yeah,
Funner's not a word.
funner. Dude, Jamie, pull that up. Oh wait, we don't have Jamie.
We don't have a Jamie yet.
Funner, amusing, entertaining, or enjoyable. Oh wait. Yep. Comparative adjective, funner. That was a good try, though.
I guess.
You thought
I
you
guess
had your gotcha moment, huh?
I did. Hey, I can admit when I'm wrong. I didn't think it was a word.
Wow.
There is a word though that's
Crazy how foolish you could be. Yeah.
you're supposed to say more fun though. Just
I
saying.
mean, I don't
It does say
think so.
that.
Where's, yeah. Whatever. There's no I mean,
Fun until okay, so I'm gonna call it 50-50. Until recently, fun was only a noun, and nouns do not have comparative or superlative forms. However, now fun is accepted as an adjective.
right. So it's until recently. And so what I do is I keep up on the English
Yeah,
language.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
you got the newest dictionary and you went to fun.
It's
on
an
page
evolving
387.
language, and I
Yeah.
like to stay up on it.
Yeah.
For those who do their due diligence, know that funner is a word.
Okay. Well, funner wasn't a word up until 2 years ago. So.
As I've said.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, now I don't feel stupid, so that made me feel a little better.
Not stupid, just lazy.
Well, anyway, back to chess. So, the thing about Z though, which I've told you, because I've played Z a lot and beaten him. Because Z plays it so safe, he's usually pretty predictable with what he's going to do. He makes the same moves, generally does the same opening. Like when me and Z play, I would say the first 15 moves are always the same. And then it's a matter of how aggressive I want to be. But generally, like you said, he does play it very safe, which helps him win, but also it ends up being the reason he loses too, because he doesn't miss stuff.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity for him to checkmate you or, capitalize where you lose a trade, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
But you can use that to where, hey, he's going to do this, 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 and this, so let me get ahead of it. So
Yeah. And he loves the game.
another one is Jake, though. Love when Jake plays, because when Jake loses, it's never
actually lost.
He always hits you with, whenever I wouldn't say you beat me, I beat myself. Every single time.
Pretty sure you're playing me, yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you beat me. I made a few mistakes. I beat myself. I wouldn't give that to you. And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, we can all say that because, yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of chess, I guess, is because you can't really blame anybody but yourself. You can't.
Unless you're
Jake.
Then you blame
yeah.
everybody else.
Then you just blame her. I mean,
Yeah, that's okay.
which, yeah. There's nothing worse, though, when you're making stupid mistakes and you're watching yourself do it.
You're watching yourself
in
crumble.
real time. You're just like, why'd I do that?
Especially when you have a
know better
lead.
than that.
You're up like 3-4.
Dude, sometimes you get in that mode where you're like... Dude, sometimes the tactics are just like flowing out of you, and you're just like, pow, 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 pow. making all the right moves all the time.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Anyways, um, yeah. So I was gonna rising in home and auto insurance premiums and some changes in Part D for Medicare age clients, but insurance premiums are rising. That's for everybody. So this pertains to everybody. Um, so that's kind of what I was gonna go on because this affected me directly.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't the smoothest segue, but that's kind of what we're
Doing. That's
doing.
fine.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know, but dude, I don't know about you, but I love doing insurance, and I know it's sales,
Yeah.
it's sales, but I don't always view it. I mean, it's a service, but it's sales. And did I ever tell you the story about how I became basically my origin story of like how I knew that I was going to be a top-notch salesman? Did I ever tell you that story?
Yeah, I think we can get to the insurance.
Oh, okay. So you want to skip over that?
Yeah.
You just want to glaze right past that? Let's not. So all right. So this is when I was a kid. Of course, every top salesman and entrepreneur, it all started when I was a kid. And this is before my extremely successful lawn care service, and somewhere in between my extremely successful lawn care service and my paper route when I was a kid. So I'd say I was probably 8, 9. But I began a very lucrative business in painting rocks. Okay, painting rocks and selling them to the neighbors. And you might think, wow, that doesn't sound well. When you're an 8 or 9 year old me, and I come knocking at your door with a painted rock, you're gonna buy one. But at one point, sales were down. Okay, sales were down. I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm like, something's got to change. I need to present this in a way that people see the need for the service.
You pulled out your Excel sheet and started crunching numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know that's hard to believe, but I did it. And so what I did, I remember I had my aha moment. I was looking out the window. I seen a loose piece of concrete sitting in my neighbor's driveway. About yay big.
Yeah.
Did you see about how yay big?
Yeah, I can
about
see
yay
about
big.
about the size of a cinder block is what.
Maybe not quite big. I mean, about yay big.
Yay big. That's the size.
Well, okay, surface area, but it wasn't as thick as a cinder block.
Okay.
Okay, so it was probably about an inch thick because it was popping up. Anyways,
gotcha.
Loose concrete. So I had this lightning bolt moment, and I go and I grab that piece of concrete, pull it out of their driveway, and painted that puppy up. You know what I mean? And I did the works. I did glitter flakes probably. I did, calligraphy, whatever. And and so what I did was then I went and proceeded to, and you're not listening to this.
I'm listening.
This is an important thing. Important moment in my life.
Go ahead and continue. I'm listening.
Okay. So
you threw some glitter flakes down. Yeah. Like you're going to do to your garage floor.
Exactly. Well, I went to that same neighbor, and I had already sold probably a handful of rocks to them, so they didn't really see the need to buy more. And I said, now look at that spot. Would you look at that spot in your driveway? I need you to pretend like you're the neighbor. This isn't only going to work, right? I said, look at that spot in your driveway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have the exact piece that will set your driveway off. And I took that and I placed it in their driveway. And what do you know? To both of our surprise, it fit like a puzzle piece.
Wonder how. It's almost like you took it.
And I said, I saw the need and I filled it. And I said,
the need was there because you took it.
Unethical? Perhaps. But you see the idea. And so, bam, they had a complete driveway. And now it was even cooler because it had one of my paintings on it.
Yeah, well.
And it was at that moment that I knew.
You were going to be a salesman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I told you this. There's a kid on our street. Uh, Dude goes to like Save a Lot dumpster, and he fills up his little red wagon with canned goods that the grocery store
Yeah.
threw out.
Which
And,
is legit.
and then he walks around to the houses asking if they want to buy canned goods.
Hey, you know what? I don't hate on it.
We're gonna open up a lemonade stand.
That's right.
Here pretty
Competing
soon.
lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Because there's some yeah, start some turf wars because I've been seeing some pretty successful lemonade stands lately. But yeah, so yeah, I'll hit some of the changes in the CMS, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, particularly in the realm of Part D. Do you have a pen?
I do.
You mind if I?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, particularly in the realm of Part D. And then there's, yeah, again, a lot of changes in insurance for everyone. Home and auto, whatever. You're going to be affected by this. Every American's going to be affected by this. So, and yeah, but I mean, oh, yeah. I mean, personally, you were there when I was in the office when I seen the premium increase.
How much was it? Like $17 or something? 21?
Originally, I thought it was 11. It turned out to be like $20. Do $20. Over 200, over $20, over I think it's close to like 260 a year that it increased, and that doesn't sound like much, but for Americans right now, if you think about it, dude, every dollar counts. I mean that's okay. We're talking about like a 20% increase.
Yeah.
A 20% increase.
It's a big deal.
It's huge.
And then the moment you try and make a claim, they want to drop you.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Right. And here's the thing. I made no claims. Nothing's changed. We live in Ohio. There's no claim,
No hurricanes.
no hurricanes,
No floods.
no floods.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why this great rise? Why is there this great rise? And so I did a little digging, and basically insurance companies are you listening?
I'm listening.
Insurance companies are insisting that they're playing catch up. Okay, they're playing catch up and this is according to the Insurance Information Institute. After 2 years of big losses, so apparently for every dollar in home and auto premiums they collected last year, insurance companies paid an average of $110 in claims and expenses.
So not
We're
a
at
good business
loss.
model.
Not a good bit. Yeah, not a great time for them. I mean, that's what they say. I don't know how true that is. I'm assuming it's true. Insurance Information Institute, but yeah. And so, like, what disasters did we even have that would cause this? They're paying out all these claims.
Well, it's got to just be because the price of everything went up. So,
well, that's one part of it.
like, maybe they just, I mean, like, maybe their cost to fix stuff on these claims has just gone up so much that it's caused that $1.10 to be there. I mean,
Funny you say that. That would lead me to my second point.
okay.
But staying on this, so we had in the last 2 years the wildfire events, the firestorms destroying, I don't know how to say it,
California.
Lahaina on Maui Island.
Oh, you're
Hawaii.
talking about the Hawaii one. Yep.
Yep.
The Rock donated money for that, I believe.
God bless him.
And Oprah.
Yeah. So, drought and heat wave event that was in the southern part of the U.S. 4 flooding events, California, Florida, and across the eastern and northeastern U.S. But companies, they need to base their premiums off of the risk level, and that's people. Insurance is a transfer of risk. We know that. But it's bull crap because natural disasters in other states cause us in Ohio, who never see these, to go up. But it's what happens.
Now, do you think...
Especially for those that live in Florida and California. But
yeah, because Florida has mandatory flood insurance now.
Yeah, so they're getting...
So because of that, I mean, I would obviously assume it's those national companies like State Farm, Allstate, things like that, that are rising quite a bit because they're in more than one state. Does that mean it might be worth it getting that stuff checked to see if there's a local insurance company in the state, to maybe their rates might be a little lower? Because
Yeah, yeah. Which I mean, and that's kind of what would I would point anybody to at the end of the day because so I'll revisit that. So basically, those events are what's they're paying out all these claims. It's affecting even us in here in Ohio. And then realistically, inflation, like you had already mentioned too. Inflation is a huge factor. The cost of fixing and replacing these damaged things, homes, cars, has jumped sharply in recent years. But so it results in the labor and everything, the cost rising. And so, yeah, basically, you can do, people can do what I did. I just called my agent. And what sucks though is that yeah, you can look into like a local insurance company, and that's what you can do. You can call them and you can say you can either shop around if you talk to a broker. You can shop around for a new plan with a lower rate, or you're in this boat of it's decision time. Do I want to cut out certain lines of insurance? So, like for example, my home and auto, I have basement flooding protection. I have all these additional lines of coverage because, well, I mean, if the basement floods, it's finished. It stinks.
yeah,
We're gonna be down here with no carpet.
yeah,
So yeah, you can look at reducing your coverage, which stinks, which would reduce your premium to bring it back down to maybe a number that you're more comfortable with.
yeah,
Or you can increase your deductible, which I have like $1,000 deductible. If I increase it to 2,000, my premium's going to go down a little bit. So there's little things like that, but it's ultimately like, yeah, you can talk to a broker, you can look at other insurance companies, or you can keep your existing plan if you like it and maybe cut down on some of the fat.
yeah.
That's your options. So yeah, unfortunately, that's where we're at in America. But you might be wondering, but Danny, is there any good news? Is there any good news today? Well,
Is there?
not for you and not for me, but for seniors.
Yeah. What's
Part
that?
D. Part D. We've already hit on this.
Oh yeah, they got rid of the donut hole, right?
Indubitably.
There goes your presentation. But
Exactly. Yeah, so the Inflation Reduction Act includes a number of changes to the Medicare Part D drug benefit. Part D, prescription drugs of Medicare. They have the new $2,000 cap on out-of-pocket drug spending in 2025 for enrollees. So ultimately, no more donut hole, as we've said. So no more presentation for me. After 2024, of course. This would be in 2025. And then you have that option to pay for your premiums monthly now. And so, yeah, I mean, do you want me to do my donut illustration one last time? Okay, I'll do it.
do you know who proposed that Inflation Reduction Act?
Was that Biden?
No, I'm
Why,
asking.
you're riding with Biden?
I'm
What,
trying to
you
figure
better
out.
stay impartial, my man.
I'm trying to figure out who.
I believe it. I believe it was Biden.
Was it Biden or was it?
Google it real quick, but I'm gonna bet about I'm 90% sure. If it was at least in, he put it in place.
Chuck Schumer.
Oh
And
yeah, they
Joe-
proposed it. Biden wrote it. Yeah.
Okay. They were sponsored by them. Biden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I figured since it passed, Biden is the one that
Obviously,
signed off
yeah,
on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Chuck Schumer came up with it. Okay. So Part D typically worked like this. Everyone was scared of the donut hole. I'm gonna do this quick, but I like to draw my donut. Put sprinkles on it, of course. But yeah, there was the 4 phases of drug coverage. and you had the deductible phase, where you're gonna spend anywhere from 0 to like $535. Don't quote me on that. Don't. That's not an
Estimate.
estimate, but it's something. I think it is 535. I'm like 95% sure. It's close. Deductible phase before you hit the donut, which would move you into the next phase, the initial drug coverage phase. Mm-hmm. And in 2024, you can spend $5,035, and that's between between a Medicare age client who's paying for prescriptions. They're them through the form of their copays. They're paying their copays. The drug company's paying the other part. When you and the drug company would reach that 5,035, then they would go into the donut hole, the dreaded donut hole, the coverage gap, and in that phase, it's 25% cost share, up until the dollar amount of $8,000. And then, it's important to realize that if you're getting like help, through like pharmaceutical, because some of these pharmaceutical companies will give you assistance. Sometimes those don't count towards your out-of-pocket expense. Mm-hmm. So this dollar amount of $8,000 that you might reach, that's between you and the insurance company. There are some things where they'll count it towards your true out-of-pocket max, is what they call it, your troop, for those prescriptions. But anyways, once you hit that 8,000, you move into that last phase, the catastrophic phase. And in that phase, as of 2024, it was a 0 copay. So that's kind of what that looked like. This will be like one of the last times I can do this, so I'm gonna miss it.
You love your donut hole.
Oh yeah, but so basically what this looks like now is now there's 3 phases because you don't have this coverage gap. So cross out that middle one. Now we're looking at 2,000 on out-of-pocket max instead of the 5,035, and then 0 copay after that. So yeah, it's a dream come true for Medicare age clients. It's great. And then they have that monthly billing, and so basically what that does is you're not dropping these obscene copays or whatever when you go to pick up your prescription. Mm-hmm. And so they call it like smoothing. It smooths out your payments throughout the course of the year in the form of you just paying it monthly. Mm-hmm. They will, and again, that can only go up to 2,000. Of course, if you're on tiers 1 and tiers 2 drugs, which are lower, which I didn't really hit on that. There's usually 5 tiers in prescription drugs, and 1 and 2 are usually like generic things, mm-hmm, like that. They're usually no copay, usually, and so most people won't see that, but if you're on specialty drugs, you will see that. And the CMS is basically they're advertising this in a way that they're saying this monthly smoothing out, or paying monthly instead of copays every time you go to the pharmacy. They're saying that this is going to be most beneficial to people who have high out-of-pocket expense early on in the year.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for people who may have a prescription that's a ton of money? Is there anything they can do, things to look out for?
Yeah, that's good. So one thing I would do is work with an agent, okay? Because mm-hmm, that we know the local opportunities.
Yeah.
And there are pharmaceutical programs that get federal grants. They're funded federally to assist with copays and things like that. I mean, you can get really discounted rates by working with some of these programs, and usually you just have to see one of their resident physicians like one time. Mm-hmm. And then they also have through the drug manufacturer, they have those where your doctor a lot of times will help you fill these forms out and get these drugs. Sometimes you can get like a month fill for free, or sometimes you can get total help. Again, though, that doesn't always count towards your out of pocket. So just keep that in mind, that Medicare is not necessarily going to use that to say, oh, you hit your 2,000. If you got assistance on this, so you may still be, it may affect you in those phases of drug coverage. But, if you're getting killed on prescription drug premiums, I mean, yeah, it'll be helpful. What do you think of that?
And I think that it's a good thing to know. And I mean, I think it should just be treated like any type of insurance really should probably be treated the same when it comes to, I mean, getting stuff checked every year.
Yeah.
Like, don't become complacent with what you got and be lazy.
Yeah.
That stuff changes just like your Medicare and everything else. So does your home and auto and all that. Why not look for some other rates and see what you can get, shop around?
Why not talk to a top-notch guy? Top-notch salesman.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about is an agent wants what's best for the client. If he's a good one.
Yeah.
You want what's best for the client. You want a long-lasting relationship. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. And so it's also no cost on their end. So it makes sense to have somebody that's there that knows what's going on, that can help you get exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that they want what's best for you because they want you in their life,
Well, I mean, it's the same,
Give and take.
That's why we don't
Or
just
give.
sell one type of plan or one type of carrier. I mean, what's the point of, us pushing one carrier on someone, even if if we're pushing it and it's not going to be a great fit,
Why would you do that?
I mean, I want people to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't want to sign someone up and then every week you have to
putting out fires.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we can kind of get something to where someone's going to be happy, their stuff's going to be covered, they're not going to have worries, great, because then that's less fires for us to have to put out. So there's no point in us forcing something where we're just going to...
So basically you're saying when you consider an agent, make sure that they're an independent agent.
Yeah.
Is going to be a huge factor because you know that they can come with an unbiased approach.
Yeah.
If I'm just selling one product, I'm going to say, oh, this is the best by far, but I'm not going to compare it to anything else.
Yep.
So, or anything else that any other carriers are offering.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Well, that's pretty sweet that our flag stood strong. I thought it was going to blow away.
That would have
The
been
wind
bad.
and the rains, yeah.
That would have been bad, yeah.
Man, I love that flag.
I do too. That's why our show's red, white.
Do you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Are you serious?
Oh, dude.
I mean, I could say it.
No, dude.
I can say it. What are we gonna do? The Pledge of Allegiance like Bob Evans does at 7 a.m. or something?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Anything else on that? Any questions? Anything? Any concerns?
No, I think we covered what we wanted to.
I like it. If you like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Too soon? No?
No.
What do you got going on today?
Driving. Yeah, gonna be in the car.
All right. All right. You want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. Thanks.